Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for my client Isaac's vlog, also known as Powerlifter Aesthetics. And this is his last week of training this way to where we're going to do overhead press. We're going to cut down to where we're only going to do heavy work on the big three, and then everything else is going to be volume. Right? He just simply doesn't need the press. Plus he ego lifts on it a bit and, not necessarily getting what we want out of it. I would rather replace it for now with rep work on decline or dumbbells. People would say, why? Well, because again, we don't need a second press as a heavy movement pattern. We can get the rest of pressing hypertrophy through volume work. And quite frankly, I feel like chest is more important for him than adding more delts at this point to his bench. He needs to keep getting his chest and triceps bigger. Right, his delts are big enough to bench a lot more than he can bench at this point. Oh, squatting, he got 10 reps with 350 today. Now, something I am going to point out is that having now done a USPA meet, I'm going to be honest, they judge as strictly as the IPL does. I have been to IPL meets and watched their level of strictness with the depth. All right, the USPA, at least from what I can tell at present, I don't know about historically, but as of right now, they judge depth just as strict. Okay, they judge it just as strictly. I'm not seeing any difference in the standards by which they require it. Even though there's memes about the USAPL and IPF, the USPA appears to be just as strict. Okay, that's my observation, having been there. So we're going to have to continue to work on depth for him. All right, he's going to have to work on depth. Now you guys see how deep Antonio sinks it, and he does well at IPL, which is, the international body that the USPA is the affiliate of, although it's based out of the same city and office. Now his goblet squats here, this is what we want to see for depth. Right? This is what we want to see. This depth right here. And this will be, the last week he does goblet squats. I don't think we need them. We're going to go over to more posterior chain work for him at this point. I think his quads will grow just fine from squats and deadlifts. I want to get him back to getting posterior chain work. I want to get those glutes and hamstrings up. So again, glute ham raises are going back in. Benching. He did 275 for, I believe, 9 reps. 9 reps. Now, again, we got to work on the pausing a little bit more. And I agree with something he said on his social media. This came up when he put this link up. He's like, I don't care who you are. You can rep out 275, whether it's touch or more, touch and go, or paused. Either one, you're still strong. And I agree with that statement. 275 for 9, even touch and go, is strong. Right? It's strong. However, it's not going to count in comp. So we're going to have to work on those pauses. And what do I mean by pausing? My third attempt, they made me pause for close to 3 seconds. It felt like it. It was somewhere between a 2 and 3 second pause before I got the press command. Okay. So you're going to compete in some of these feds and think your lifts are going to count. You guys have to pause. Of course, here he is doing a strong overhead press, like 185, just repping it. But again, we won't need the press anymore for him. I don't think it's necessary. And he'll be just as good at it. If I take the press away for 3 months and he comes back and presses, I promise you he'll be able to hit that same set or better. All right? Because we still build our delts and our triceps and our upper back. So it's going to be fine. So what does his work look like on this stuff? Well, we do 5 sets of 10 on bench press, 5 sets of 10 on overhead press after his heavy work. It's about to switch over to where we just do bench, and I'm going to have him do 5 sets of bench, then 5 sets of decline, and then tricep work. And here's his rep work. And again, as much as using the tension this way and continual movement can certainly be good for hypertrophy, we want the best strength carryover, particularly those muscle fibers in the chest that are important for breaking it off the chest, we're going to have to start pausing on that stuff too. And it's an ego check. It's absolutely an ego check. So, how are we doing here? Dumbbell extensions. And notice we do these as a full range of motion exercise. These are not being done as a single joint movement. This makes it a multi-joint exercise. It's a bigger movement. All right, complete tricep activation. We're only doing one tricep movement for him. So if we're going to do one, let's do one that works the entire tricep, right? If you're going to do a smaller movement, work the entire tricep. Same thing with the bicep thing. You know, not a big fan of everyone needing to do curls and all that. But if you're going to bother to train the biceps, at least do a full range of motion exercise and turn it into a multi-joint, which is what we do. Deadlifts are a little rough. He's in a commercial gym, slippery bar, lack of chalk. He got 5 reps with this, which I'm still happy with. He's like, his grip was slipping. I'm like, well, you're going to be back home pulling with the better bar next time. And we're going to increase his pull-up volume. So grip strength is going to improve as a result of that. Pull-ups improve grip tremendously. All right, so he'll be fine here. And his back off work, what do we do? 5 by 10 deadlift. We do 5 sets with a couple reps in reserve of wide grip pull-ups. And then he does 5 sets of standing barbell curls for a full range of motion. And you guys can see all of that here. Now you said at this point in the bulk, and I'll throw up a picture of him at the end that he sent at the end of his training vlog data or video footage. And we can see he's getting bigger. He's getting bigger. We're going to have to slow his bulk though because we're worried about fat gain at this point. So I told him, look, let's cut the bulk rate in half. He's been bulking a little faster than I would personally like ideally, but he struggles with bulking. It's a little slower, and I think he should. So we're going to work on it so that we don't gain much more body fat because he's still making such good gains. I hate to end the bulk too soon because we're getting too fluffy. You know, and these pull-ups are telling us we've got to slow the bulk down, right? They're getting hard for him. And then here's his curls to finish up with. And again, notice full range of motion. It's not just the elbow. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.